Assalamualaikum and good day all. My name is Nofizahani Mendoma Samri, a final year student from Bachelor's of Science in Applied Chemistry, UiTM Police. Today I will present my review paper thesis entitled A Review on a Characterization of Product from Pre-treated Biomass Waste via Pyrolysis, supervised by Mr. Muhammad Fauzi bin Abdullah. In this presentation, there have three elements that will be discussed include introduction, literature review, conclusion and recommendation. In the past decade, the rapid depletion of natural resources and deteriorating environmental system is one of the most challenging issues for many countries. Alternatively, renewable energy should be used to sustain the environment and balance natural resources. According to the Huang et al. 2018, one type of a renewable energy resource is biomass. Biomass energy is obtained from a dead plant and animal, but this review focuses on a lignocellulose biomass waste. To prevent the challenging issue, as stated before, thermochemical technique has been applied by the researcher as a worldwide strategy for converting biomass into biomass-derived fuel and chemical. Pyrolysis is a thermochemical method that is more significant in today's energy industry because of the produce high-value product. Furthermore, biomass alteration by different pretreatment methods become a viable alternative to enrich the value added and characterization of compound in pyrolysis production. The problem that initiated this study because of the biomass waste that is not properly disposed of and discharged into the atmosphere, which has the potential to cause contamination and harm human and animal health. Other than that, modern economic development is heavily reliant on the use of fossil fuel, which will eventually run out. Hence, the dependence on such non-renewable sources will not result in long-term social growth. Moreover, the decreased surface area of biochar affected the less absorption pollutant in the soil. Thus, significant efforts have been made to discover alternative resources and technology to replace fossil fuel. This review will be important to understand the pretreatment process and characterization of product from pyrolysis of biomass waste. Pretreatment of biomass prior to the pyrolysis can enhance some physical features of biomass, which is resulting in greater quality and yield bioil and biochar. Next, pyrolysis product may become a renewable energy and replace fossil fuel because they have a lot of advantages and benefits. The objective of this study are to explain various pretreatment methods on biomass waste prior to the pyrolysis. Second, to analyze the product obtained from the pyrolysis of biomass waste. Third, to review the comparison on the pyrolysis yield, characterization, and quality between the pre-treated and non-pre-treated biomass waste. And lastly, to discuss the application of pyrolysis product toward environment and industry. This review study was focused on a chemical and physical pretreatment that affect the pyrolysis of biomass waste. In chemical pretreatment, chemical reactions are used to modify the refractory structure of lignocellulosic biomass. Pretreatment with chemical is also effective in removing ash and metallic species. The chemical reagent is commonly involves the acid, alkaline, and organosolvent. Physical pretreatment is a technique that does not involve the use of chemicals or microbes. This method can enhance the pore size and surface area of lignocellulosic biomass while decreasing the crystallinity and degree of polymerization of cellulose. Examples of physical pretreatment are mechanical, microwave, and ultrasound pretreatment. The table shows the previous study on the chemical of biomass with different chemical pretreatment. It can be summarized. The chemical pretreatment modify the physical and chemical properties of biomass waste. Then, this table indicates the summarization of the effect on the physical pretreatment of biomass waste. The previous study successfully achieved the result from the mechanical, microwave, and ultrasound pretreatment. Pyrolysis is a thermochemical decomposition process that takes place at a temperature ranging from 300 to 1000 degrees Celsius in the absence of oxygen. Pyrolysis can be categorized into flash, fast, and slow pyrolysis. Based on the article that has been analyzed, acid washing with sulfuric acid produces the highest bioil yield compared to the other pretreatment, but also depend on the operating condition. The characterization of bio-oil from pretreated biomass involves the GCMS and pH analysis. GCMS is a device to analyze the chemical mixture and determine the component at a molecular level for bio-oil chemical composition. For the graph of peak area with the different pretreatment below shows that the major compound detected in the bio-oil are phenol, ketone, aldehyde, sugar, alcohol, and others. In addition, there are also significantly higher reducing of the acid content compared to the bio-oil from the untreated biomass waste. Next, the pH analysis of bio-oil was measured by the pH meter. The pH analysis purposely to determine the quality and corrosiveness of bio-oil. Mohammed et al. 2016 reported that the pH value of the bio-oil from the sulfuric acid pretreated of Napier grass is more acidic compared to the alkaline pretreated because of the elimination of base metal and alkaline compound from the raw biomass. Other than that, the pH value for bio-oil microwave pretreated of pine wood is more acidic than untreated. However, the mechanical pretreatment did not affect the pH reading of bio-oil. Lastly, no previous study for the effect of pH on the bio-oil from the ultrasonic and organosolvent biomass pretreatment, thus they should be investigated by future researchers. Then, FTIR and BET analysis were involved in the characterization of biochar from pretreated biomass. FTIR is a method to obtain the infrared spectrum of absorption and identify the functional group of biochar from the treated and untreated biomass waste. In sodium hydroxide pretreatment, biochar from a rice husk show no peak at the wavelength 495, which represent silica hydrogen group. This means that the silica was removed during the sodium hydroxide pretreatment. Furthermore, no peak that represent the OH group and less intense peak represent the carbonyl group in ultrasound pretreated wood biochar. Thus, it could be concluded that the ultrasound pretreated and pyrolysis temperature was breaking down the oxygen bond from the biomass structure. Broad peak existed at a wavelength 3400 represent the OH group in the raw constable, but more disappear on different temperature of biochar analysis from the microwave assisted pyrolysis. The absorption atotem of liquid nitrogen gas molecule was determined. For the BET analysis, the higher the surface area, the more absorption sites are available. The specific surface area was increased at the presence of the phosphoric acid. BET surface area for biochar from untreated rice husk was higher than biochar from the sodium hydroxide pretreated. Theoretically, biochar from the sodium pretreated biomass should have a high surface area. However, microwave pretreatment has no impact on the pyrolysis char surface area. There are several applications of pyrolysis products toward the environment and industries. For the bio-oil, it can be utilized to produce heat, chemical, and electricity in the replacement of fossil fuels. The production of biochar also has many benefits to environment and the crop itself, such as increasing soil quality and nutrient retention. Biochar can be replaced as a chemical fertilizer and could be commercialized it. Lastly, the pyrolysis gas also has a variety of potential uses, including direct production of heat or electricity and production of individual gas components such as methane, hydrogen, and other volatile. In conclusion, it is found that chemical pretreatment of biomass waste produces the highest bio-oil yield compared to the physical pretreatment. Bio-oil, biochar, and gas are the products obtained from the pyrolysis process. The biochar from the pretreated biomass has high intensity of absorption in FTIR and high surface area in BET analysis, while the important compound detected in the GCMS and optimum pH obtained for bio-oil from pretreated biomass waste. Application of pyrolysis yield are good to keep the sustainability of the world. For the recommendation, there are many gaps in the characterization of pyrolysis yield from the pretreated biomass waste was revealed. The characterization of bio-oil and biochar should be more exploited to obtain the best quality and improve the sustainability of the environment. The combination of two or more methods from pretreating biomass waste also recommended to obtain various properties of yield. These are the cited references that used to complete this review thesis. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy it. Goodbye and stay safe.